Alright guys, so it's been quite a while since I have been live with my phone on Facebook. So let me just see if, oh my gosh, I hope this works out. So I did not have a title. Can I put this down? Yeah. Okay, when you're watching, let me know where you are watching from. Say hello. And also, if you're watching the replay, let me know that you're watching the replay and where you are watching from. And today is gonna be a very, very interesting topic. You guys have seen all the amazing results that I have been creating with people, and how I evolved from there into adding on a lot more spiritual work in the means of really ascending into our soul. And I'm gonna speak today about the 3 ways how people typically create results and timelines. Oh my gosh, I love timelines. So, if you have any questions right away, just bring them on. We're gonna answer them all, and then we just see what is coming up for you. And don't wonder why I'm having cards here. I'm not doing a poll because typically cards are also just kind of like a tool to help the intuition, because when your intuition is really good, you don't need any of the cards, but I'm gonna need it for explaining you timelines. Yeah, so let's start off. I see Carla. Hello. So let's start off with the 3 ways how people typically create results. As you guys know, there are dimensions. 3D dimension is like the human awareness where people identify with an identity, saying, I am this, I am that. I am this, I am that. And this goes for by the way, this goes for emotions. This goes for what you think. This goes for I am a mentor, whatever it is. As long as the identification is there, you are being in the human awareness. And I'm gonna explain to you why that is so. Because in the 3D dimension, what happens is, the mind, the logical mind, then the emotions and the patterns, as well as the behavior, they are dominant. So whatever you do, probably, maybe you have tried to live big in the past. What happens is, maybe you launch a program, or maybe, I don't know, you create a course, or whatever it is. You intended to have a big leap, but what happened? It did not turn out the way you wanted it to turn out. And the reason for this is because, how am I gonna say this? Reason for this is that the logical mind is producing your emotions are producing your behavior. And when you look at my client testimonials, as you know, I've been working a lot with subconscious behavior, which operates typically on that framework. Logical mind, I have a thought, I think about, oh my gosh, I need that money, or I need the client, or I have a 25K client, and then the day is over and you're like, where is the client? So who of you guys have done this? And this is just the 3D awareness. That's the human awareness. As long as you identify with it, you will have the thoughts, you will have the emotions, and you will have the subconscious behavior. And I highly recommend try out one exercise. If you go through your day, try out being really present in the now. If you look at Eckhart Tolle, for example, he has the book, The Power of Now. And here is what you can try. When you go about your day, just be present in the now. And how you do so is just by breathing in and breathing out, super slow. This is how you are staying in the now, and you will be surprised how many times you're actually not in the now when you think you're in the now. So really try this out, and then you catch yourself oh shoot, I might be in the 3D reality still. So, and then when it comes to creating success, people who are operating from the 3D reality, which is normal because we're all born into that, they are often having patterns, they're having belief systems, whatever. And this is why, based on them trying to create a result, they are behaving subconsciously in a sense, so that the result cannot show up. Because when the belief system is, oh, 200K, big number, or $1 million a year, oof, unbelievable, then clearly your thoughts, your emotions, and your behavior have to make you not reach it. Does this make sense? And this is why people then, they go for the next strategy, they go for the next coach, they go for whatever is next, yeah, because they want to work on their mindset so bad, and they want to work on their beliefs so bad. And if you guys have watched my latest Instagram video, I was speaking about the pattern triangle. How do you guys make a triangle? Like this? So there is a pattern triangle, and it is, do I have a triangle here? No, I don't. So, okay, let's pretend I have one. This is the triangle. This is the triangle. So, what you see is on this end, so let's pretend this is the triangle, yeah? On this end, you have the victim. This is the person who always plays victim in their life, with money, with responsibilities, in their business, whatever. Then you have someone who is like, what's the opposite of the victim? I don't know the English word now. So there is always someone who is doing it, someone who it gets done to, and then there is the savior. The savior is here. And as long as you're operating from the 3D mind, what happens is, regardless of what level you're in, if you're earning 5K months, if you're earning 10K months, if you're earning 50K months, this is why they say, new level, new devil. It's actually not a new devil. It's just like you're just like moving around within this pattern triangle. Meaning, maybe when you're starting your business, you're like, okay, you're the savior because you want to help everyone, yeah? Then, let's say you're at 50K months, whatever, and then maybe you turn into victim mode because things don't go out the way you planned them to go out. So it's kind of like you're constantly moving within this triangle. And this is why people actually have to work on their nervous system, work on their mindset, work on their belief system. That's why these things have been invented, yeah? So, and then the second way how to create success is then, this is like, when you look in the coaching industry, the majority is kind of like being there, like they are very much in very well aware of the spiritual world. They are very well aware of feminine, masculine, all these stuff. They are all aware about the duality. So, and this is why people often have to navigate through things. And this is where the majority of the collective is at right now. However, here, what happens is, you're still plugged into the 3D. So you're still plugged in stage number 1. This is why, when you experience duality, that you have to navigate through your emotions. This is why you're kind of like, oh, I must be doing something wrong. So you're making the, assumptions, which are literally just like that. They are only assumptions, and you make them mean something about you. You make these statements in your logic. They produce emotions, they produce behavior. Boom! Here we are again. 3D awareness. Hello. So, you see, it's kind of like in that, the second form is literally the 5D reality. And this is where most people refer to as the quantum field, yeah? Because they believe, oh, everything is being created from the quantum field, which is true, but there is so much more than just the 5D dimension. This is just like one of the lowest dimensions, because it can go up all the way up. So if you look at people, for example, Jesus, Buddha, who else? Mary, Magdalene, all these people, they are actually in the God consciousness. They are in the 12D dimension, because they have that pure awakening, that pure consciousness. And this leads me to step number 3. How you create success. Step number 3. Oh, it's not a step. It's like, an awareness. Yeah. So, where you are, where you are fully awakened is like stage number 3. And the difference between being fully awakened and somewhere on the way to awakening is that regardless of what is happening, you trust not only yourself, because you know who you are, If you refer to the movie Matrix, the moment where Neo actually knows that he is Neo, you know that scene where he says like, I'm not Mr. Anderson, my name is Neo. This is where he believed in his strength, because there he saw his ability, there he saw his power, and he saw the power over the Matrix. Meaning, he knew that he was influencing the Matrix. He was actually, it's like playing a game. He knew how to play that game. And this is why, when you're fully awakened, there is no such thing as a duality anymore. Also, there is no such thing as a pattern triangle. There is no such thing as the logic, thinking all these unconscious thoughts. There is no such thing as, oh my gosh, now I have to calm my nervous system down. So just for you to see the different stages in the awakening. And most people, they refer to being awakened. No, they are not. They think they are, but as long as you experience duality, as long as you see your mind producing this mindfuckery in your head, and like you feeling ups and downs and ebbs and flows and whatever, this is literally, you're somewhere caught in between 3 and 5D. So, and when you're fully awakened, you're unplugged from the 3D, meaning you know exactly, hey guys, wait a second, this is actually just a simulation. This is just a game. Let's play the game. Yeah? And then when things don't turn out the way you want them to turn out, this doesn't even stress you, because you're completely somewhere else. And this is where the timelines come in. I have seen a recent post on the internet where a multi-7-figure coach would say, oh my gosh, I had the feeling like I should be further ahead, whatever. This is like a perfect example of how the thought, how the emotions, how all the patterns are still in place. And as you guys know, in my level 1 work, I am doing exactly these kind of things because anyone can leap. Not everyone needs to be awakened, because as I always say, soul has its experiences that it wants and needs to make. Yeah? And this is why I don't want to only be exclusive for those who want to really fully awaken. I decided, okay, I still keep my pattern work. I still leap with the people who are not ready to be awakened as of now. Because if you think about a baby, let's say you're pregnant, yeah? You're pregnant in month 5. And if you would birth that baby in month 5, chances are it would not quite survive well. And the same goes for the awakening process, because you need to be ready for that. But as I said, this is why my work is like, oh, I love my work, because it's like so multi-dimensional. I get to work with the people who are not there yet, which is fine, because as said, remember the baby in month 5. It's just like it needs a little longer until it's ready, so that it can be ready. So this is why I have the pattern work there. This is why I have the strategies there. This is why I have the mindset work there. This is why I have like all the integration of yin and yang, so to say. So a white character needs to add in the black. A black character needs to add in the white. What does this mean? Someone who is super being intuitive often refuses the black part. And the black part could be a system, it could be a strategy, it could be even authority, all of these things. For someone who is like super black traded, let's call it this way, these are typically the corporate people. They're very logic. They're very money driven. So for them, it's like, okay, boom, 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 boom. What they need to add in is like their intuitive gifts or their spiritual gifts. So it always needs to be whole. Yeah. So, and now, are you guys ready for the timeline explanation? Because I am so much. So when it comes to the timelines, and I think this is the perfect example, because my mom is like asking me holes in my belly. Oh, how is it that you are fully awakened? How is it? How is it? And she's like, how do you do it? How do you do it? And I'm like, okay, I try to give you an example. And this is why I decided, okay, when it comes to the now, when you realize that everything that you experience right now, the room, the weather, the life, whatever, it's all just a computer game. It's like you being in the simulation. And the moment when you're unplugged from the 3D, this is what we are actually doing in Go Big, Go Bigger, 7-Figure and in Trinity Tribe. So these two have this in there. Meaning when you're unplugged from that 3D matrix, things become pretty obvious to you. And oh my gosh, I need to first add in another thing. You know how people, when they are very spiritual, regardless of the religion, I'm not referring to a religion, but when they read the Bible and they have been taught how to pray. So what most people do is, dear God, can I please have, or another option is, dear God, thank you so much for XYZ. So what they are doing actually, and these are the missing pieces of the Bible in any religion. And this is, if that would have been passed on correctly, right from the beginning, so many people would not struggle. So many people would be already in their freedom. So many people would know about their true power of like really creating anything that they want from the awakened state. So what happens here is, first of all, God is nothing that is outside of you because it's all connected, meaning there is an oversoul. Think about it as a cloud. There is a cloud up there, and when it snows, or these little cloud pieces, they come down and they are your higher self. And these pieces of that cloud, they are within your body. This is why your body is referred to as a temple. And many people think of God as like, I need to pray to him or her because she's somehow external. You are it. You are it. And that's the great thing. And next thing what they do is, and in these lost passages of the Bible, it clearly states how you pray is not how you have done it so far. And what did they mean by that? Meaning you cannot pray in words. It's just like the mind, like the thought and the emotion need to become one. Therefore, you don't even need a single word for right prayer. So, and this is why so many people pray and pray and pray in words, when even these passages that were meant to be in the Bible, they even state you cannot do it with words. So, does this make sense to you? Let me know. And are you excited as I am about this? Because I could talk about this topic all day, every day. So now we are gonna go to the timelines, because especially when it comes to journaling or reaching goals or reaching success, people always or often make like, okay, now I'm gonna create a 25K day, or I'm gonna create a 100K month, or I'm gonna create whatever. When in fact, if it's all now, why would I refer to days and weeks? When it's all happening in the now, when all I have is that one moment. So, what most people try to do is, okay, I hate my business. Clients are not there. Oh gosh, what can I do? Which kind of program could I create? What would be the next best strategy? And then they are like, oh gosh, someone stuck this card in my hand. Ugh, I cannot get rid of it. And then they are like writing on that card. They are like, okay, now you are 100K month. Now you are that success. Now you're this. Now you're that. They are trying to change that card. When in fact, the card, how it is now, it is just one possibility of, and here now, we come to the timeline. This is the timeline. Every single card on there is a possible outcome available in the now. So what most people do is like, okay, 5K month, 20K month, 50K month. So they are laying out a path of time when there is no time. It's all available now. You just have to, and the great thing is, not only are you the one picking the cards, but you're also the one deciding what is going to be on that card. So it doesn't help when people say like, okay, I'm super successful. Like, let's say this is like a bad month, or this is like bad several months, whatever it is, or this is like the 15K month where you are stuck at, and you're like, okay, now this is gonna be 100K month. It's gonna be 100K month. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. It's gonna be 100K month. I am worthy. I totally deserve it. You're still trying to change that one card, when in fact, all the other possibilities are still here. So why would you work on that card when everything is available now? Everything. Does this make sense to you? So all you have to do is like, oh, I just created something I am not so fond of. So I don't even have to bother about it. I don't have to fight it. I don't even have to remove anything. All I have to do is accept it as one possibility out of all the possibilities. And guess what? Like, even that is a limitation, because this card stack here, even that is unlimited, meaning there are unlimited possibilities. So this is just like a small selection right now. And the moment where I truly see this as, oh, I feel like a failure, whatever, it's just like one possibility out of a million, trillion, uncountable possibilities in the now. So the moment where I see that, I get to put it back, and then, what do we have here? Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Yeah. So, and then this is the difference. If you're not unplugged from the 3D, what happens is, I'm going to give you an example. What happens is, when you're not unplugged from the 3D, oh, this is nice. This is nice. For 10 minutes a day. Yeah. And the other 23 hours and 50 minutes, you're like, oh, my bank account. Oh gosh, again, no client. Oh, and look at my social media engagement. Oh, you see what you're doing? Does this make sense to you? Because, and this is the thing, when all the possibilities are available right now, there is no 10K month, 50K month, 100K month. It's all possible now. Now, in this very moment. If I can pick from these ones, 100K, boom, of course I pick it. However, this is the thing. This is why you can level up in two different ways. People or souls who are not ready to awaken yet they have to go the up level. They have to move with the pattern triangle. They have to go like, okay, what can I believe? Yes, 20K is possible. Okay, let's work with 20K. Then they do it, like integrating it and do it several times until this is their new norm. And then they can move into the next one. Yeah? And then they have to stay there and repeat it 3, 4, 5 times until it's their new norm. And then they can move up. So this is how people who are not in the true ascended state have to level up. And this is what literally everyone is doing. Or, if you're waking up, what happens is like, ooh, this is juicy, let's pick a card. And I just dwell in there all day, every day. Not meaning I'm sitting on the couch doing nothing. Not meaning I'm just like being, I just feel good and then I don't do anything. You still have the body. This is why it's called embodiment. Yeah. So you are truly then completely guided to what's the next step is. This is where people then refer to as, okay, it didn't make sense. I didn't even think that it was related to the business, whatever. And then boom, it worked out. So this is that kind of movement that you then take. But while you're looking at this card and while you're doing all the things that create the success for you, you're not gonna go like, again a low month. Oh, shoot. You don't do that stuff anymore. And this is the difference. People always ask me like, yeah, but how do you wake up? How do you wake up? The thing is, you cannot just wake up. For me, it also did not just happen this way where I say, oh, now I'm fully awakened. Because as we said, we have the human awareness. We have then 5D where you are aware of your higher self. Yeah. This is where you actually see that there is a quantum field, that you have a higher self, where you allow intuitive guiding. However, it goes on. The higher dimensions are really like you don't identify with you as that identity anymore, and therefore you become so aware of the power that you hold within you, and you are so aware there is no such thing as a duality. When you know who you really are, your pure consciousness was never wounded. Your pure consciousness never had a pattern. It's the human avatar. This one has wounding. This one needs the emotional navigation. This one needs the nervous system calm down. But not your pure consciousness. Your pure consciousness is consciousness. It's not human. Your pure consciousness knows that it has never been something else. And this is why your pure consciousness does not identify with whatever is going on in a sense of like, oh, bad month or oh, whatever. Yeah, it's just like it knows about who it is. I don't want to call it because we are that. Yeah, this is why in the Bible they say know thyself, and this is the state of knowing thyself. Everyone who says like, oh, I know who I am, still experiencing duality. Everyone who says, I know who I am, still going through ups and downs in their emotions or letting logic take completely over and having these bad and good days, they are still plugged in the 3D. They are still plugged, or maybe somewhere in between 3 and 5D, whatever. But as said, you cannot birth a baby that is in month 5. It's just like, it won't work. Yeah. Let me know if you guys have any questions so far, and I look if I forgot something. No, but did this make sense to you? Because I love the timelines, and this is why people, they could actually jump timelines, but majority cannot. And this is like, by the way, this is no judgment at all, yeah? Because I had to become 40 years old to awaken. And for me, my glitch in the matrix happened through a very bad experience. So, in order for you to awaken, typically, I don't know any person or not a living person who woke up by simply just like, yeah, life is so amazing. No. Those who I know who woke up, like truly woke up, truly know about their true self, they all had a crappy life before. They all had some crappy experiences. They all had to, whatever they had to go through, but they had that glitch in the matrix. So, and I have to say, when it comes, for example, for me, it was the passing of my twin sister. And I know now that this was part of the story. I know now that she is creating with me. And I know now that this had to happen in order for me to waking up, in order for me to now creating these massive things that are ahead, and they are going to be massive. Like, it's way more than you see right now in a sense of like coaching. It's going to be a lot bigger. So if you want to learn more about that, there are right now, we have the go bigger, go big or go bigger. Yeah, this is for everyone still being in the 3D, 5D, like that kind of dimensions. This is always gonna be a 12-month mastermind, and it depends on where you are. I have a 6-figure edition and I have a 7-figure edition. However, I really want this to make the most amazing, ongoing, rolling mastermind with like really creating phenomenal results. I have tested out everything that I do over the last 12 months, and there is a reason why I have such a high success rate. So this one is for you if you're still somewhere there. In the 7-figure, what we are doing is I'm also going to run ascensions for you, which are remotely. They are starting that initiation process. However, it's not going to happen for everyone, because I will check first what is in a sense of like where your higher self is, okay? And then there is the Trinity tribe. This one is specifically for really already somehow established spiritual people who feel like maybe I felt, that who are like, okay, what's going on here? Like, this cannot be life. So for me, the question, when you have the question, who the fuck am I? This is where you're exactly on the verge of waking up. Because this is what happened for me. After my twin passed, I thought I have an identity crisis. Little did I know that we actually don't have an identity. Because the moment when you wake up, you literally see with your eyes that everything is connected. There is no separation anymore. And this is where you then see like, oh my gosh, like, why would I kind of lost now where I wanted to go, but why would I identify myself with something that I am not? So the Trinity tribe is literally for people who already ask them. They feel that nudge. They feel when it's like, who am I? Who am I? Yeah. And for me, I said it was the identity crisis, which clearly was not one. And it was necessary because without me asking this question of, who am I? What is going on here? And something is like, you guys know that moment in the Matrix where Neo turns around and he sees the cat and then he sees the cat again. That kind of glitch happened for me. And I was like, something is not quite right here. And for me, the next thing I know is I heard a voice saying, the exact words were, go watch Matrix. And I was like, I hate sci-fi movies. Why should I watch Matrix? And this is like really, I decided, okay, nothing to lose here. Let's go and watch Matrix. And back then, the movie, I could feel that the truth was to be found for me in the movie. It's not only in Matrix, it's in so many movies. If you look at Alice in Wonderland, when Alice is trying to catch the white rabbit. Remember, now I get goosebumps. Remember in the Matrix when they say, follow the white rabbit. So, if you have ever watched Alice in Wonderland, it's literally the same. Alice in Wonderland, I think the first episode came up in 1950, and this movie is actually about awakening because she falls down the rabbit hole. She's constantly trying to hunt the white rabbit. And then what happens is, if you look at the white rabbit, funny enough, the white rabbit gets to go through the tiny doors, the big doors, the small doors, whatever. Seems like the white rabbit could always go through and arrive at his destiny. And Alice was sitting there like, this door is too small. I'm not gonna go through it because I'm too big. And she could not go big because she could not go through because she wasn't awakened. And this is why the white rabbit is literally standing for that God consciousness. It's standing for who you really are, because you can also go through any door, just like Alice, but she could not until she wasn't awakened. So you see, it's like how much Alice in Wonderland and Matrix are actually connected, because that sentence, follow the white rabbit. And I was like, this does not make sense to me. Like when I thought about the movie, I was like, what's up with that white rabbit? Until I figured it out. And now I'm just like, oh, now Matrix makes full sense. Now, every movie that they ever brought out about the awakening, full sense. However, even though it has been spread to masses, most people don't get the awakening. They think they're spiritual. Yes, they are, but they are not awakened. And even though these movies have reached millions of people, millions, often they don't get it. For them, it's entertainment. When the meaning, oh God, the meaning is like so big. Like, so big. I can't even put it into words. So let me know if you guys have any questions, because I have to say, ever since my, I will call it accelerated awakening because it literally was, life has become so much better. And this is where you actually receive your true purpose. Your true purpose is not, oh, I'm gonna sell cosmetic products or whatever. Your true purpose, like the true one, is going to be revealed the moment you are awakened. And how this happens is, for me, for example, I know exactly that I'm meant to wake so many people up. And it's not gonna happen with words, because words don't teach. It's going to happen with the initiations that I have been channeling. And guys, the wildest things are happening. Like, when I receive these initiations, what happens is, one of them came through in the Armenian language, one in Catalanian, is that the word? Catalania language, and one in Latin. I don't speak any of these three languages. I don't speak them. So what I did then is I typed it in Google Translate, and I was just like freaking blown away. And I was like, hey, like, why do I receive this in these languages? Can I just receive it in the languages that I understand? But I totally trust the process, because whatever in these initiations is in there, I can literally create, how am I going to say? It's going to be not only for you, it's also going to be for the collective. Because think about it this way. When you're being fully awakened, you're only going to create, you're not creating anymore. It's been created through you for the highest good of all. For you and for everyone. And this is why it's then like really a higher purpose. So I hope you guys enjoyed this very much. I did for sure. So if you have questions regarding Go Big or Go Bigger 6-figure edition, or Go Big, Go Bigger 7-figure edition, or the Trinity Tribe, and the reason the Trinity Tribe is like less strategic. Why? In Trinity Tribe, we only focus on your awakening, and this is a process. And the other two, they have everything in there that you need, regardless of where you are at, to leap now and start the initiations. All right, so Shewolf says good night, and I hope you're enjoying your day. Take care.